today I am doing something that looks really good. I have tried it before and so there's just a couple of things I wanted to tweak on it. But yeah, fingers crossed it should be good. So I shall be doing sweet potato fritters cooked in the oven, and just by substituting one ingredient they are also gluten free. So let's have a look and see what we do. So the first thing we need to do is to grate 2 medium-sized sweet potatoes, so that we end up with about 300 grams. So I've peeled my potatoes and I've sliced them, and then I'm going to grate them in the food processor. It's much quicker and you don't get a lot of moisture come out. So it's pretty easy. Just stick a bit in. And that's it. And there we have it. So it's that easy. So you can do it by hand as well, but once you've done it by hand, try and squeeze out as much moisture as you can. Okay, once that's done, you put it into a large bowl. I did have to squeeze out some water on this one. The last time I did it, I used a wider grater, which was absolutely fine, so I thought I'd give it a go with the thinner one, but I did need to squeeze out a lot of moisture. But once you have done that, we are going to add 2 teaspoons of paprika, and it says optional to add 1/4 teaspoon of chili flakes. I'm not that keen on chili, so I'll leave them out. And then it says to add a teaspoon of garlic infused oil. Now I don't have that, so I'm going to put in a teaspoon of olive oil, and then I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of garlic granules. Hopefully that will give the same effect. And then we're going to add, it says, a handful of spring onions finely sliced. So I took about 4 or 5 spring onions, sliced them up, put them in. There we go. Now just going to get in with your hands and just mix this all up. Just try and get that garlic and paprika all over. And then we're going to season with some salt and pepper. Give that a mix in. Okay, and then we are going to add 3 eggs which have been beaten, plus 80 grams of plain flour. So if you use gluten-free flour, everything else is gluten-free. So I'm going to put them in at the same time, and then take a spoon and just give everything a mix. Now you want to make sure that all of the potato is covered with the batter that's forming with the egg and flour. I think that's it. So now we just got to get it onto a baking tray. So take a large baking tray and cover it with greaseproof paper. I've got one of my baking mats on there. And then we're actually going to spray some oil onto the tray. So this is so that it cooks from the bottom as well. And then we're going to shape this into 8 fritters. So this is where it gets sticky. But just shape them into the fritters and on they go. Okay, so I've done mine a little bit bigger, so I've just got 6, but that's fine. When I done them wider, they were actually a bit bigger than this, and I had 8. So I suppose depending on the grating, depends on what you get, but they should still cook up the same. So these are going to go in the oven at 220 degrees for about 25 minutes. But you're going to flip them over halfway through. But before you do that, we're going to spray some oil on top as well. There we go. Okay, so they've been in for 15 minutes and I've just been cleaning up and I couldn't find one of the bowls, and I've realised it's still here. So 100 grams of cheese was supposed to go into that mix as well, but I've completely forgotten. So I'm going to flip these over and put some cheese on top. It won't be the same, but we'll give it a go anyway. There we go. So I do like to flatten them down a bit as well because they do puff up. So just flatten them down. And yeah, I'm just going to go and put some cheese on top. See what happens. Okay, so they're going to go back in for another 10 minutes. Okay, they look good with the cheese on top. Right, I'm going to let these cool down and then we'll give them a try. Okay, let's give this a go then. They're brilliant. Would have been better with the cheese inside, but it is what it is. So, yeah, definitely give these a try. Keep experimenting, have fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye!